Hello and welcome back to Just Some Space Guy. I'm here with another Eden Zero theory. But before I start, don't forget to subscribe. It's free. Now let's jump into it. During the end of the Aoi War, Ziggy decided to detonate all the 20,000 antimatter bombs on planet Nero 66. Shiki in Universe Ellie had the choice to either stop the bombs or to save himself and his crew with running away. Shiki in Universe Ellie decided to try stopping said bombs. He tried to compress them with his ether gear, but then his ether reacted with Rebecca's ether, and with the power of the bombs, every single bomb had the power to send them 1 year into the future. They got sent into the future, 20,000 years into the future. According to Ziggy, this is a set point in every single universe so far, meaning that every single Shiki had the choice to stop the bombs, except Shiki in Universe 1 who died, because, Draken, and Shiki in Universe 3 who made the choice to run away. He's a special boy. This is how they ended up into the future with Rebecca. Shiki was the only one who survived, but even his life was running away. So the machine kind decided to make him into an android to save him for some reason. But this ended up in him slowly losing his memories. This is how Shiki became Ziggy. His name was created by him not being able to pronounce his name when he was heavily wounded. So the machines took it his actual name and ran with it. And even then, Shiki himself, with starting to lose memories, though his name was actually Ziggy and not Shiki, what is kinda funny. After this, Ziggy is sent back in time with the ship of Eden Zero to save humanity and reach Universe 1, because Machinekind is running out of ether. They link the decreasing ether to Mother and the extinction of humanity. Ziggy does go back in time, but instead of saving humanity, he decided to conquer it. Because it makes perfect sense, apparently. He was trying to kill all of humanity and start the era of the machine kind. This actually leads to a time paradoxon. Without Ziggy, Shiki never sets off on an adventure, never gets the ship of Eden Zero, and never goes into the future. Without Shiki going into the future, Ziggy isn't going to be born, isn't going to go back in time, isn't going to rise Shiki, isn't going to give him the ship, and isn't going to try and kill Shiki, what then leads to Shiki going into the future, repeating the entire loop once again. So technically speaking, without Ziggy, Ziggy never is going to be born. Ziggy is the one who creates Ziggy. And this also means that there is an infinite amount of Ziggy and Shiki in every single universe, looping with each other like, I don't know. But this also leads to something else. As you see, when Shiki is sent into the future, there is no one left to stop Ziggy. All the people who are left behind are not strong enough to face him or stop him alone. This way, Ziggy is going to be able to conquer the universe, leading to the extinction of humanity. Ziggy is the reason why humanity goes extinct. Ziggy is the reason why Machinekind and the future is running out of ether. Ziggy is the reason why Ziggy is sent back in time. Ziggy and Shiki are the moving gears of everything that is happening in the universe so far. But what if this time the paradox doesn't just stop here, but goes even further? In the current universe, that is Universe 3, Shiki made the choice to not sacrifice himself, and instead run away with his friends, except Witch because Witch died. This leads to Universe 3 being outside of the Wheel of Time. Motor in the first few chapters said the following: will he become a hero of legends? Or will he become a king of demons and bring about destruction? This could be a direct foreshadowing for future events. Ziggy is the one who became the Demon King, who wants to bring about destruction on the universe. Well, the current Shiki is probably the Shiki who will save it and become the hero. In the future, there is no mentions of Ziggy, but it's kinda strange. If he's the one who conquered the universe, he should be regarded as some kind of ruler or king. but there is not a single mention, like he is non-existent. Or at least that's what they made Ziggy believe before they sent him back in time. Machine kind kept observing the multiversum through the eye of God. The chances of them not meeting a single Ziggy through this observation is equal to 0. They also made his android design differently compared to all the other androids we've seen in the future. This means that Ziggy does exist in the future and he's plotting with machine kind to go back into the past and try to conquer humanity, enslaving them, so they could fix the ether problem this way. I mean, it's a good solution. Or perhaps they have some other goals with it. But this time they go back into a time period much sooner, way back at least with hundreds of years, back to the Dark Ages. Or current Shiki is probably going to figure this out, or Ziggy tells him during the fight or when he defeats him. Shiki, hearing this, decided to go back in time with his crew, using the time travel powers of the Eden Zero ship. Shiki and the crew of Eden Zero will be able to successfully save the past of the universe from machine kind, stopping future Ziggy as well. And their sacrifice will lead to them being called the 12 Heavenly Knights. Since guess what? There are 12 major members of the Eden Zero, not including Pino and Happy and I think Couchpo, I think that's how she's called. This will mean that Xenolith is no one else than Shiki himself. He's the version of Shiki who chose to become the hero, while Ziggy is the version of Shiki who became the Demon King. This would also explain why this Xenolith had this weird interaction with Rebecca, since he already knew that Rebecca is in love with him, and he probably felt happy to see her once again after many years. I mean, look at that smile, it looks like how Shiki used to smile all the time. This would also explain why did Mashima introduce the Heavenly Knights so soon, then did nothing about it, after Xenolith I mean. And probably could explain Rebecca's time dreams where she is seeing different timelines. But this would also mean that there is a version of Ziggy in the future much stronger than our current Ziggy is. I don't know how strong that version of Ziggy could be, but I'm pretty sure that he's someone not worth messing around with. Well, that's it for this theory. This wasn't really that crazy type of theory what I usually make. I personally believe that this time this is what is actually going to happen, because so far that's how things went. But we definitely have to see what is going to happen anyway. But don't forget to leave your opinion about this theory down below, and see you guys next time in space. Bye! I always sound like a goat.